In the vast wilderness of Australia, there was a sprawling grassland home to many different animals. Among them, the most striking were the strong and agile kangaroos. They bounced across the earth, symbols of energy and freedom. Living on this grassland was a small kangaroo named Luke. Compared to other kangaroos, Luke wasn't particularly special, his jumping ability wasn't very strong, and he wasn't as tall or powerful as his peers. But he had a kind heart and a deep love for the natural world around him. Luke's greatest dream was to become a Grassland Guardian, just like his father. The Grassland Guardians were protectors of the land, responsible for defending it from invaders and ensuring there was always enough food for the kangaroo community to thrive peacefully. Luke's father had always told him, to become a true guardian, you don't just need strength, you need a heart filled with courage and an unwavering love for the land. These words had been engraved in Luke's heart, motivating him to practice his jumping and running every day. However, no matter how hard he tried, Luke's jumping height never seemed to match that of the other young kangaroos, and this left him feeling frustrated. His best friend, Mila, would often comfort him, saying, "Don't worry, Luke. Strength and speed aren't everything. You have kindness and wisdom, and one day, you'll find your own path." While Mila's words warmed his heart, Luke still felt troubled by his shortcomings. One morning, as the golden sunlight bathed the grassland, Luke decided to venture out on his own for an adventure. He hopped further than ever before, away from the familiar territory of his community, to the edge of the grassland. The scenery here was different from what he was used to. There were fewer trees, and the ground was rougher and less soft under his feet, carrying a sense of unfamiliarity. As he explored, Luke suddenly heard a faint sobbing sound. He stopped in his tracks and followed the sound, eventually finding a small, injured kangaroo hidden in the tall grass. The little kangaroo looked weak and scared, with an injured front leg that prevented it from standing up. Luke's heart filled with compassion, and he gently approached the young one. "Are you okay? What happened?" he asked softly. The little kangaroo sobbed and replied, "I got separated from my family while we were traveling, and I tripped on a rock, hurting my leg. Now I can't move, and I don't know where my family is." Hearing this, Luke felt a deep sympathy. He knew this area was far from his own community's territory, and if help didn't come soon, the little kangaroo might be in real danger from predators. "Don't worry, I'll help you," Luke declared confidently. He decided to take the young kangaroo to a nearby safe cave and then figure out how to find some herbs to treat its injury. Luke carefully helped the little kangaroo to its feet, using his own body to support it as they slowly made their way toward the nearby hillside. There was a hidden cave there, one that Luke had visited a few times with his father. He knew it would be a temporary shelter from any threats. After settling the young kangaroo in the cave, Luke didn't rest. He immediately set off across the grassland in search of the healing herbs his father had once shown him. Time was of the essence, and Luke's heart raced as he hurried along. He knew he needed to act fast to help the injured kangaroo. All the running and jumping practice he had done suddenly became invaluable. Though Luke wasn't the strongest or the fastest kangaroo, his heart was now filled with only one thought, saving the helpless young one. After some time, Luke finally found the herbs his father had taught him about. He carefully gathered them in his mouth and quickly returned to the cave. Once there, he followed the steps his father had shown him, meticulously grinding the herbs and applying them to the little kangaroo's wound. The young kangaroo's face relaxed, clearly feeling some relief from the pain. Luke sat beside it, gently reassuring, "You'll be okay. Once your leg is better, I'll help you find your family." As the day passed and the sun began to set, casting the sky in a beautiful orange hue, Luke sat quietly outside the cave, contemplating how he would help the little kangaroo reunite with its family. He remembered the elders in his community mentioning a few roaming kangaroo groups near the edge of the grassland. Perhaps the young one's family was among them. Luke made up his mind that once the little kangaroo's leg was healed, he would help it search for its family. Over the next few days, the young kangaroo's injury slowly healed. Though it wasn't ready to hop just yet, it could now walk with small steps. Luke watched its progress with joy, feeling a deep sense of accomplishment. He had never imagined that his kindness and efforts could help another life heal. During this time, Luke and the young kangaroo developed a strong bond. They supported each other and shared many stories of the grassland and their adventures. When the young kangaroo was finally able to walk on its own, Luke decided it was time to set off and help it find its family. They journeyed together along the edge of the grassland, passing through mountains, rivers, and forests, meeting many helpful animal friends along the way. Some animals recognized the little kangaroo and told them they had seen a group of similar-looking kangaroos in the nearby valley. Eventually, in a vast valley, Luke and the young kangaroo found its family. The reunion was heartwarming, with the young kangaroo's family overjoyed to see it safe and sound. They thanked Luke endlessly for his help. Watching the young kangaroo reunite with its family, Luke felt a wave of warmth fill his heart. He realized that although he wasn't the strongest or the highest jumper, he had a kind and determined heart. This, Luke now understood, was the true quality of a grassland guardian. Being a guardian wasn't just about protecting his own community, it was about helping every creature that needed it and safeguarding the balance of life on the grassland. After saying goodbye to the young kangaroo's family, Luke began his journey back to his own community. When he returned, the elders and his father heard about his adventure and were incredibly proud of him. His father smiled and said, "Son, you've proven yourself. You didn't just save a life, you upheld the balance of the grassland. You've truly shown the spirit of a guardian." Tears welled in Luke's eyes as he felt a new strength and confidence grow within him. He knew now that he had truly become a worthy grassland guardian, not through sheer physical power but through his kindness and sense of responsibility. From that day forward, Luke continued to protect his community and the grassland, becoming a respected guardian throughout the land. His story spread across the plains, inspiring countless young kangaroos to chase their dreams bravely and become protectors of their home. The grassland remained vast, and the kangaroos continued to leap, while Luke's heart soared freely across the land. He knew that no matter what challenges or hardships came his way, as long as he carried kindness and courage, any dream could be realized. Do you still like today's story? If you like, please remember to subscribe to this channel and click the like icon. You can receive notifications and hear the latest stories as soon as possible. Good night, my baby.